Hello everybody on my YouTube channel. Bored people, old colleagues, people just browsing, looking for something to watch, looking for some babbling about old movies and such. This is my YouTube channel. My name is Justin, JLG, stands for Justin, my initials, Justin Lugo Gregory. And yeah, Mr. Anime Guy fell down. But yeah, in my last video I was talking about my favorite movies of all time, and I went over movies like Terminator, Aliens, Collections, Blow, Mad Max, Life of Pi, RoboCop, Cliffhanger, The Professional. I was showing you those are some of the movies I really enjoy. Reindeer Games, Immortals, Troy, and The Skulls, and all that good stuff. But I have some more movies I want to talk about. So much more. So yeah. Let's get to it, man. Dog. I got much to talk about. And life is too short to care about movies. But we're going to talk about them. So, yeah. On my list, I have many movies to discuss today. I talked about a lot of them the last time. As you can tell, those are some of my all-time favorite movies right there. But I got some other movies to talk about today. And we're going to start with The Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead. I like that movie. It was original for its time. I liked it. I forget his name. I think his name is Bruce Campbell. Is a pretty funny actor. I like the way he acts. And the sequel, for a lot of people don't know, is The Army of Darkness, which is also a pretty cool movie. I like the way they filmed it. It had a different style for its time. For a 90s movie, it's pretty cool. Check out The Evil Dead if you have never seen The Evil Dead. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, pretty cool movie. Also another cool movie is Darkman. If you haven't seen Darkman, that's a pretty cool movie. Very 90s. And I used to like Tales from the Crypt as a kid. I know I used to like watching this with my parents when I was growing up. Demon Knight is a pretty entertaining movie. Billy Zane, if you don't know who Billy Zane is, he's the guy who is trying to kill Leonardo DiCaprio on Titanic. He's like shooting at him, trying to kill her. Leo stole his chick, Rose, and Billy Zane is a pretty cool actor. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight is another entertaining movie I like. I also like the Bordello of Blood, but not as much as Demon Knight, but this is a pretty cool movie. Dennis Miller is alright. I have much to talk about right now, so let me get my head straight. Alright, let's talk about another. I want to say this is one of my all-time favorite movies, but it's entertaining. Dead Fish. And it's not a movie that's very popular. It doesn't have the best reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but I like Gary Oldman. This is an interesting cast. And another thing to note about this movie that it has a really good soundtrack, very techno music and stuff. It does have its moments, you know, it's a very odd movie, but I like it. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. It has action, it has potential to be an even greater movie. Billy Zane comes out, the same guy that came out in Demon Knight. Billy Zane comes out, but he has a very odd part. Watch this movie for Gary Oldman. I mean, yeah, it's violent. It's R-rated. It has some ups. It's a really ridiculous movie. I watched it once, and I was quite entertained watching it. Dead Fish. If you never heard of it, Dead Fish is an action movie. Now, for Bruce Lee movies, yes, Enter the Dragon. If you like Kung Fu movies, if you've never seen Enter the Dragon, what are you waiting for? Enter the Dragon, guys. It's awesome. One of the movies that made Bruce Lee so famous back in the 70s and stuff. Yes, I know I posted a video about The Fifth Element, about Mila Jovovich, and here, The Fifth Element. Yes, I like this movie. I grew up watching it. I used to watch this movie with friends when I was a little boy. I had it on VHS along with other movies like Jurassic Park, Anaconda. I used to watch those in like garages with my friends when I was a kid, and we would be so entertained by The Fifth Element for some reason. And yes, you can find this movie for like $3 nowadays. It's not worth nothing. They have it on Netflix. They have it everywhere. You can stream it. It's an old movie, but one thing to really note about this movie is that the soundtrack is still pretty cool. The graphics don't look so bad for its time. It's a very science fiction movie. You know, I liked it when I was a kid. You know, I like the machine guns, man. And Gary Oldman comes out again. Same guy from The Professional that plays the villain for Professional plays the villain in The Fifth Element. So The Fifth Element is another movie I like a lot. And I didn't really talk about this movie the last time, but I really like this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. Point Break. Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze. You know, if there was a Patrick Swayze movie that was so epic, you know, a lot of them are cheesy like Ghosts and stuff. He plays such a good villain in this movie, and I was watching it with my girlfriend, and she thought Patrick Swayze was the good guy. She wanted me to spoil the movie for her the whole time. If you've never seen Point Break, they're remaking this movie, and I wish they didn't remake this movie. This movie is too good to remake, and they apparently is not a, you know, I can't believe, I'm always criticizing, I'm always posting on the topic on the Facebook page, like, why do you have to remake this movie? Like, it's so original. And it is really 100% adrenaline for its time. It doesn't need no graphics, CGI. It's all pure, you know, everything. Like the skydiving scenes. This movie is epic. If you've never seen Point Break, it has a good story, very good action. It has its cheesy lines with Keanu Reeves. Catchphrases that you can remember for most of your life. This is a really good movie. I could go on and make a whole video talking about it. But, you know, I really don't have that much time to be talking. So, let's move on to my next movie, Billy Madison. One of my all-time favorite Adam Sandler movies. I can remember this one growing up. It's very funny. I can watch this movie all the time. It's one of those movies that the soundtrack makes it, too. They use some really funny music in this movie, and it really brings it together. So call me a sucker, but I am a fan of Quentin Tarantino movies back when I was a child. And I remember being a little kid watching this. And what makes this movie really special is that Robert, the guy who made Desperado, El Machete, and what's that, El Mariachi, and all those movies, him and Quentin Tarantino worked together to make the movie. I think Quentin Tarantino did most of the writing part for the first half, and then Robert like blew up in the second half with the vampires going crazy, blood sucking and all that. It has a mix of both worlds in this movie. Like, you got a mix of Pulp Fiction, Desperado action. So yeah, from Dusk Till Dawn, the original, I know there's like 3 movies. The originals, for the most part, a lot of people can agree. Originals like Point Break and Desperado and like Dusk Till Dawn, the originals are always the best. And yeah, this movie's old. You could find it. They sell it a lot of places. Dusk Till Dawn, I would recommend it. It has a good story. It's entertaining. It has a lot of... It's a very random movie, but I know they show it on TV a lot nowadays, but I don't really watch television anymore. So, off to my next films I want to talk about. Here's a little collection pack that I have. And I'm not showing this for The Craft or Monster High, even though I like The Craft. The Craft is a pretty entertaining movie. But the real 2 movies that I like is the original Fright Night. I know they remade the Fright Night. I like the original Fright Night from the 80s. That's a pretty awesome movie. I wish they never remade it, but they did. And Brain Scan with that Edward Furlong kid, the one that comes out in Terminator 2. Brain Scan is a very good movie. If you never heard of it, I recommend it. It's about this kid who goes into this video game world and he's killing people. He thinks it's like it's alternate reality and all this crazy stuff, and it's like he's being demon possessed by a game. And this one, Fright Night, you know, it's a cute movie. And you know, the Fright Night cover, I mean the Brain Scan cover is really creepy. Brain Scan is a pretty awesome movie if you've never seen it. And the original Fright Night. So those are 2 movies I recommend. If you like The Craft, it's also a good movie. And here's another movie that I really like. The original Dawn of the Dead. If you've never seen the original Dawn of the Dead, this is one of the very first movies that got the zombie craze before this came out, before the, what's that show called, The Walking Dead, and all the zombies. This is one of the very first movies ever. And so if you're interested in seeing first time zombie movies, give Dawn of the Dead a chance. It's a cool movie, guys. I like the Dawn of the Dead, the original one. And I have much to discuss here, guys. I got much to discuss. So, yeah, I like the reboot of Predators. The guy who made Dusk Till Dawn, Desperado, he directed this one, Mr. Robert Rodriguez. He made this movie, and it's pretty cool, Predators. I like this movie. It's another awesome movie. And I think that's all my time for today, guys. We'll talk more. Got more to discuss. Thank you for watching, guys. God bless you guys. Peace out. Mr. JLG. We'll show you more favorite movies later. Bye-bye.